Hello everybody and welcome back to the Super Mario Odyssey playthrough. So, we've done sort of our main job, really. We've gotten enough power moons in order to get into that super difficult final level. And now we're just going to go on a whistle-stop Odyssey around the globe. So, as I said in the last part, I could show off so many moons. But pretty much when I reached this point, it was I've gotten all the moons that I need to in order to get to that final bit. And while I could spend more time recording, there sort of comes a point where, for me anyway, the playthrough needed to kind of come to an end, because one of the things that I certainly noticed in when I did Super Mario Galaxy way back when, it was like my, I want to say third or fourth playthroughs. I can actually tell you the answer to that one because I did actually number all of my playthroughs. I only did that like the other year actually, but it was just something that I did in order to, you know, actually count how much stuff, like how many playthroughs I had actually done. So yes, Super Mario Galaxy was playthrough number 5! And that was like a 100% run of Super Mario Galaxy, and I mean, obviously I was young, I didn't really know what I was doing, so I kind of completely burned myself out, and I just remember being like really boring in that commentary. And that, I mean, that was entirely because I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't that talkative a person at that point because, I mean, I've probably gone over it a couple of times, but yeah, I had a pretty rubbish time when I was in school. Got bullied quite badly because I was sort of, I basically had target written over my head. Small, shy, very geeky, kind of very smart teacher's pet type, who also happened to really like musicals and singing and having a bit of a dance. Yeah, it did not end well. And I started my YouTube channel I started on YouTube when I was 14. Because I had my original YouTube channel, yeah, in 2008. And then, and I can't remember what year that was. I think it was when I was in year 9 or, yeah, year 9, year 10. When I started up, because I wanted to sort of get involved in this thing that I had seen on the internet that I really enjoyed. And in a way, because I was quite shy, it was sort of forcing me out of that shell, so to speak, so I had to talk. That's the whole point of a commentary, you have to talk. And oh, that one extra moon. Oh, that's painful. It's fine, I'm going to have to deal with it. And we're not going to go in order, we're going to go all over the place, because I was trying to follow the tossed arena and it didn't work out. But yes, going back to story of me, child, doing commentary. Yeah, it felt very unnatural. I mean, that's because ultimately it is. It still is unnatural. I mean, I'm sat in my room talking into a microphone while I'm watching footage that I recorded what is actually last year now, of a game that I beat last year on my computer, and I'm going to put it on the internet, and none of it makes any sense really when you think about it. It's weird and it's crazy, but here we are. And I have to say that I really do put it down to doing this YouTube channel that I have gotten to where I am, because even though like my early playthroughs are, needless to say, pretty awful, like no doubt about it, visual quality dire, it's like proper Dazzle stuff. If you look at like some of the part titles, oh boy, they are immature as all hell. I'm still pretty mortified that my most watched video, I'm pretty sure, is titled like OMG Slut, referring to Rouge the Bat. Part of me feels I should probably change that at some point. Oh no, it's not oh my god slut, it's OMG slag. Part 10 of Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games. Oh, yeah, that mortifies me. I mean, also it's an awful playthrough, but hey, it's there. I mean, also like if you look at some of the part titles for Soul Calibur 4, already a pretty awful idea for a playthrough. I mean, going through all the arcade modes, splitting them all up into 2 parts, because, well, at least for the first 17 parts, because YouTube didn't allow you to do parts longer than 10 minutes. And, yeah, they're pretty awful. Pretty boy emo. Creepy evil dude. Bitch with the long name. Spearing shit. Schizo crazy girl. Oh dear, it's That said, I'm quite proud of actually not a bitchy trampoline, because that's me making a Doctor Who reference. Because obviously Cassandra was in a couple of episodes of the very early seasons of New Who. And yes, she was basically just a bitchy trampoline. But yeah. Oh dear. Ivy. Slutty McSlut. Yeah, you look back at some stuff that are there and you just go, oh no, what were you thinking past me? Thankfully, I am obviously a much more mature person now than I was when I was 14. And actually a lot of that was because back then, in my head anyway, it was being used in sort of jokey fashion. Like, none of it was actually serious. But obviously now you look at it and you just go, whew, that was not my finest hour. But yes, going from those days of immature, not knowing what I'm doing, being just really quite rubbish. And then obviously got to, I think it was around 2012-ish. Yeah, because pretty much I did Sonic Colors, and it was sort of at that point where I effectively found my niche in a way of trying to just be ultra informative about everything. And that kind of then set me on the path to where I am today. And then obviously I got Child of Eden, well, did Child of Eden in HD as my first hoppage run through, and then basically never looked back. I mean, I have looked back, obviously, but never looked back in terms of doing my thing the way I have. And I think, yeah, it's nice to be here now. A much more confident person, someone who really don't care what other people think. There's still a tiny bit of just going, please love me, but that's all to do with being a people pleaser. It's a very natural thing, particularly in the line of work that I've got into, like dealing with press and marketing and all of that. Very much people-pleasing roles that you sort of, you look at it and you just go, I want to do well at this. I want people to like me, I want to think that I've done a good job. But then, thankfully, I'm just like, can live with it, can live without it. I'm not really that fussed. I think that's sort of what's helped me quite a lot, past couple of years anyway. I've just rolled in with it, because I've just been able to like slowly plug away at doing all this sort of stuff and having fun while I'm doing it. Sometimes obviously it's a little bit painful because you kind of just go, oh god, I've got to do recording again. But then it's also fine because just get to sit and wax randomly lyrical over stuff. And it helps. I mean, it's been a pretty nice little ramble, I think. Get a bit of insight into the Richie behind the voice. But yeah. You know when I said Whistle Stop Tour? Well, Whistle Stop Odyssey. I meant it. As you can see right now, this really is a Whistle Stop Odyssey. Because most people will be going, oh, let's get all the ones from Moon Rocks. I'm just going, let's just peg it. It's probably the curse of having beaten the game once 100% and then going back into it so soon after that I didn't have the energy really to do it 100% again that soon after. I mean, it was also because it was in the run-up to Christmas and I was just thinking I might end up getting a game at Christmas and I don't want to have Odyssey stuck on my back while I'm doing that. Also, I think I'd ordered Okami HD, so it's just like, I don't want to get to that if I don't get any games. So, it's just like, yeah, kind of need to scoot it away as quickly as possible so that I've got time to do that. Because obviously, February's going to be a very busy gaming season for me. Because there's lots of games coming out that I would like. And also I've got to still do playthroughs. And I've got work. And first world problems, I know. Like, how shall I spend my time? But yeah. And also, just love that epic jump. But yeah, as you can see, basically most of our trips into the kingdoms are let's find Peach. Yeah, that's about enough. But yeah, this is basically going to mean that while this part is longish, the rest of the parts are going to be pretty nice and quick in the grand scheme of things, because yeah, we've really not got that much left to cover. Because we're effectively doing... Well, so we did Mushroom Kingdom, that's sorted. We did Cat Kingdom, that's sorted. So we popped to Cascade. We popped to Wooded. We popped to Lake. We've now popped to Cloud. I don't know whether we... Oh yeah, we popped to Luncheon. Don't know whether we popped to Sand yet. We will, obviously. Ah, that's what I was doing. I think I was leaving Sand because I wanted to meet the lovely Tostadine about, because basically you follow him around the globe and he has power moons for you at each location. And eventually he will go back to Tostadina once he's visited every location. But he goes in a specific order, whereas Peach just is there no matter what. Even though she says, oh, I wonder if I go visit this location. She's there no matter what. Which is great, because it means you don't have to worry. But, yeah, the Tostadine only in certain locations in order, which is a pain. But also, oh my god, Peach, that beautiful, beautiful ensemble. I do really like Peach's personal Odyssey because, like, all the different outfits, just love the idea of her going on an Odyssey by herself. Well, it's not by herself, but her own version of the Odyssey. So, obviously, it's Mario and Cappy, it's Peach and Tiara. I mean, really, what we need right now is Super Peach Odyssey, where we play as Princess Peach. I mean, part of me still really wants another Princess Peach game, because obviously the last one was Super Princess Peach, which I've never played. Well, actually, no, tell a lie. I've played a tiny bit of it. But part of me would like to play it, but then also part of me is just like, not sure. But like an actual Princess Peach game where she is just Peach would be quite an interesting one. Rather than, obviously, you know, the being controlled by her emotions. Like a typical woman. Oh god, that stereotype. Something other than that would be quite fun. Because, I mean, obviously in the mainline Mario games, Peach has always been a pretty dull character, because she's always been the damsel in distress and that's been it. But if you look at it, it's mostly the Paper Mario franchise that's done it. But Peach in the Paper Mario franchise is, and some of the Mario RPGs, is actually a pretty damn good character, and always just really fascinating in terms of how she perceives being a princess, and her relationship with Bowser and Mario, and all that jazz. And it's really cool. And it's one of the reasons why I have always liked Peach. I think she's just a fun character, who ultimately has been pretty bland in most games, but where she has had character, she's been good. And I'm glad that in Odyssey they've kind of brought more of that into the fore. I mean, I love the fact that she was playable in Super Mario 3D World, although I do wish that they'd had a character. Well, actually no, that one was okay, having Mario, Luigi, Peach and Toad, because that was basically, you know, the whole Super Mario 2 thing in 3D! The problem was New Super Mario Bros. U, where obviously it was Blue Toad, Yellow Toad. Nah, just give us... Just give us, like, Peach and Toad, or Wario, or Luigi, or something along those lines. But yes, Peach game, I'd be down for that. Because Peach has always been my main, or one of my mains in Smash Brothers. Particularly in Melee. She was amazing in Melee, loved it. But obviously, she was a bit slower in Brawl, and then I've just not been very well, didn't really play Smash 4 all as much as I probably would have liked to. I did beat every single classic mode, I believe. Yes. Apart from obviously all the DLC, because I didn't buy the DLC. And Peach was definitely better in that one than she was in Brawl. But yes, always enjoyed playing as Princess Peach. Just been quite fun. It's also partially because people obviously look at the character and just go, it's the princess. And then you can just sort of whoop their ass. And it's just like, hey, take that. That's quite a satisfying experience. But yeah, we are really racking up the kingdoms here. I mean, you can see why I said that this is basically like 535 moon run, because yeah, we're just very rapidly nipping through all these kingdoms just to have a quick return to them, find Peach, maybe grab a moon or two, just generally have a nice time. Because, I mean, yeah, the other thing that I brought up many times throughout this playthrough is that half the joy of Odyssey is exploring and finding things for yourself. Also, doing things like that. But, yeah, it's just like, I want to let you guys find some of these moons yourselves. I know that might seem slightly at odds with the way that I may or may not have been in the Hellfire Comms version of this playthrough, but that's partially the whole thing of going, oh, you could do this fun thing, oh, you could do this fun thing, oh, you could do this fun thing, because I want people to see the fun things that they can do, and because I was actually playing it live at the time, I get a little bit overexcited. A little bit very overexcited. So, yeah. But for this one, because I know obviously there are a lot of people who are very much against having any sort of spoilers. I mean, obviously, if you've watched this far into the playthrough, then really you probably don't actually care, because you'll have watched all the actual spoilers. But some people still like to find moons all by themselves. And that's great. Go for it. And I'm trying to let you have that. Obviously I'm going to be a little bit of a sod in the sense of I'm going to show off things that you... Oh my god, we can clip through the Odyssey's sail. That was a terrifying experience. I didn't thought be nice if I could actually speak, wouldn't it? I never thought that I would experience that, but clearly I did. That's what I was trying to say. And in saying that, I've completely forgotten what I was actually saying. Oh dear. See, this is why I should never, ever do commentary later than I would do normally, because well, say that. This basically happens at the end of every recording session that I do in my solo comms. I just get slightly loopy, so every kind of like 3 parts, there's just an ultra loopy Richie happening. Oh yes, that was it. I'm going to show you off the things that you can unlock for 100%. So I'm going to show you the name of every moon and its general location, if you want to be able to see that. I am going to show you off. Again, I keep saying that. Show off every costume and show off the things that you get for, you know, getting all of the moons. And that will be a lot of fun. And I can't wait to show those to you. But that will come That'll come in time. We've still got a couple of parts left before then. But obviously first we need to find Peach, and I think she is at this cafe. No, she is not. Oh no, that's it. She's standing on a building over the other way, yeah. But the nice thing is that the Lunchonians have decided to stick themselves into this building to make a nice easy access route for us. And dun dun da 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 da. And also something that I should probably point out, you know how I said that getting over to that platform over there in the distance, just behind Peach, was a bit impossible? It's actually very possible. There's this flicker thing here. You can actually use that to flick yourself over if you're aiming very well and you obviously use Mario's masterful manoeuvring capabilities. Yes, that's something you can do, and I just thought, you know what, that's a ridiculously easy moon to get. It's on my way back anyway. Let's just get it! I'm basically doing lazy mooning right now. Maybe not the phrasing I wanted to use, but getting the moons that I can get very easily, so I'm being lazy in it. Let's go with that. But yes, I think it's time for a bit of a costume change. Because obviously we bought all these costumes, we might as well wear them. Yes, wow, Luigi! A little bit more Wario, but it's fine. Because I have to go quite loud for Waluigi. But still, let's cash those in. Taking us up to 521, albeit off is still grinding my gears. But let us go and continue our whistle-stop Odyssey. Woo!